So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
Bobby Bryant.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for Old Man Clanton.
Atira porra de bomba lá embaixo, comendo solto.
I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
Ô miserável.
I did my best to help those poor passengers.
Oxe, o cara tá se mexendo ali ainda.
Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often do.
Muito louco esse bagulho aqui pra atirar, mano.
They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads.
Porra.
Making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Errei tudo, não é possível que eu tô errando
You
tudo
attacked
atual.
by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force.
Shoot that running son of a... Where's he going?
Cara, é muito satisfatório esse jogo, sem maldade.
See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge.
Ah, tem um rifle aqui, eu tô moscando, mano. Tô
To
atirando de
get to
pistola.
Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim.
Caralho, mano. Acabou a bala, fudeu.
Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament. I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this? I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven. I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache
Essa caindo do céu.
The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. That Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good.
Nossa, eu não vi
He
onde eu
would
tava
know.
indo. Nossa, cara, que F, eu não prestei atenção. Eu não vi que eu tava caindo ali.
That Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good. And he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right. I was done running. The old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew
Historinha,
no
né, mano?
bounds.
Uma historinha muito grande. Opa, habilidade. Bom, tô pegando todas essas aqui, né? Então vamos pegar de novo isso aqui.
You can run! Can't hide forever!
It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
Eita porra. Velho, ruim pra diacho.
I
Dá pra
yelled
comprar
out at the top of my
até
lungs.
10 tickets.
Clanton, I'm coming for you! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest.
Caralho, eu nem vi, mano. Eu só tomei o tiro.
But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Não dá pra usar. Vou correr. Agacha! Agacha! Deu tempo, F. Caralho! Eu vou pelo outro lado agora. Isso aqui é difícil, hein, mano? Ô, desgraça! Nossa, ativem o contador de morte aí.
Let me tell you, that was the longest uphill climb of my
A
entire
minha
damn
também,
life.
viu?
Well, one of the longest. There was that one time I was pursuing Frank James, Jesse James' brother.
Jesse James?
Perhaps we could talk about that one later. Now, where was I? Right. I had
No!
old man Clanton in my
Filha da
sights.
puta. Não, mano. De novo, não.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in
voltou
Guadalupe
daqui.
Canyon. But it was just me.
Os caras tacaram uma dinamite na minha cabeça, mano. Que brincadeira.
I don't know how you lived this long. Oh, gotta reload.
Filho da puta, não morre não, mano. Vou tacar dinamite nesse corno. Oxi, o que aconteceu? Oxi. Travou, ficou tudo preto aqui. Eu morri de novo, beleza.
Try me instead, you coward. You one stupid zombie. Would you just die? Look at you, you yellow belly hiding sapsucker! What I ever do to you? Wait,
Espera ele atirar pra eu levantar.
hey, let's see what you made of!
Pronto, tá aqui, esse miserável
Apparently,
morreu.
one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps. And that little
Earps.
misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Ok, Corral. Essa foi a mais difícil até agora. Sempre fica esperando e esquece que tem um botão de apertar pra jogar.
A few weeks after that dust up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
Somebody's coming!
Como é que eu errei esse tiro, mano?
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bright?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. First, I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys.
Why is that zombie still dead?
Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise, and after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
Hey, got something for you!
So they murdered Morgan Hood and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
You shoot this son of a bitch!
Ai, tiro não pega,
Wyatt
não.
and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Acabou as balas dos bichos, Jack. Nada pra pegar aqui não? Caralho, eu fui levantar o microfone, bati na minha cara aqui. Eita porra!
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
Goddamn, he's hard to hit.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That Lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
Peguei uma rifle de volta ali. Não, cara, eu quero meu rifle de volta. Cadê meu rifle?
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal. Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot. Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack. Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Morre, fi!
We'll have to do everything. You can't hide from me.
Nossa, o tiro vem na jaca, mano. O tiro vem na jaca. Matrix total, né? Eita!
Show yourself, coward. hunting you down.
Sai. Nova habilidade. É a última aqui, será? Sempre em movimento. Vamos comprar. Vamos ver o que acontece quando completa. Melhorar coice do diabo. As ranhuras personalizadas. Meu Deus. Buguei, mano. Que legal, né? Caralho. Nossa, dislexia da porra, né? Ah, sempre a gente tinha que fazer isso, tá? Ai, essas porra, usa o escudo aí de novo.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
Parece que... Vou testar, né? Eita porra.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Qual o objetivo mesmo? Qual botão que apertava para ver o objetivo?
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Ah, tá. Ah, duelo. Tomar uma dose antes de tomar chumbo. Curly Bill.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Ai, acabou a bala. Oh, tem mais gente além dele aqui. Caralho, não tem cabeça não, ó. Caralho, não tem cabeça.
You working quiet,
Morre não, desgraça. Ih, é.
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life.
Caramba,
But
essa
Ringo
porra.
was nowhere to be found.
I
Yes,
knew
sir.
you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Caraca, que jogo da hora, hein? O próximo no comando é na cova. Johnny Ringo. Isso aqui é foda, mano. Muita
It's
concentração nessa
incredible,
hora.
sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
F.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Acerta!
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But
Nossa,
the
é
legend ain't
difícil,
always
porra.
true.
Não é fácil não.
Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
Nossa, mano. Pô, até que fui bem, vai. Nossa, que jogo difícil da porra.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Episódio 3. The Innocents. Caraca, que
Now,
da
wasn't
hora,
he
mano.
the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Indeed I did. Indeed I did. Que jogo, hein?